Road Magic Explosion deals 400 damage for each card on the opponent's field. That's 1200 if they have 3 monsters, up to a total of 2400 if all 6 zones are filled, or even 28 with a field spell. However, the skill does lock us into Spellcaster and Rock-type monsters, so we are running 3 copies of a full Meteor Impact, a Rock monster, and a bunch of Spellcasters. Of course, Sevens Accel Magician is just as good here as it is in everything else, and the skill requires a level 7 or higher Spellcaster to get the full effect. That's why we have Accel Wonder Splat, which can raise its own level, and Ansler, whose level gets raised by 1 via the skill. We also have 3 copies of Fire Golem and Magical Beast Wolfang as additional fire targets for the skill, as it allows us to recur any fire monster with 800 or less defense. Apart from that, the deck list is very straightforward, with us running Mystic Dealer and Recovery Force as consistency pieces, and then just monsters of every element to power up Elemental Road. Lastly, we have Road Magic Explosion, which can work towards our wing condition one of 2 ways. The first is to activate multiple Road Magic Explosion in 1 turn for a huge amount of burst damage. The other is to chain them over time, lowering the opponent's life points so that they don't have enough to successfully fight back. Whenever they do manage to break our boards, they'll be so low that anything we summon can clear out the game. Let's get into the replays. Alright, so our opponent starts with a set 4 and pass, and we respond in kind by just summoning a bunch of monsters out. We're up against a DN Kettle deck, and their ability to regain life is going to make it a problem for us. Disco Fever deals some additional damage as they beat over Ansler, and we use Explosion Drive to boost our full Meteor Impact to 3000 so that we can beat DN Kettle. We go in for some additional damage, bringing them down to just 3000. Seahorse Carrier is going to recover their life, and they cycle into another DN Kettle. However, they aren't able to deal with our board, and we draw into a second Road Magic Explosion. This means we now have a level 7 Spellcaster on the field, and we can activate Road Magic Explosion for 4000 points of burn. Alright, so our last replay showed the explosive burst power of the skill, and this is more of the sustained pressure. Basically, they are going to be setting 3 monsters a bunch of turns in a row, but we are going to be able to inflict some burn damage thanks to our skill. You can't just set 3 monsters forever, because otherwise you'll deck out first. And what this does is by dealing our 60 points of burn over and over, whenever they do attempt to break our board, their life points are going to be low enough that when we respond to that, we break over and win the game. We set a second Road Magic Explosion, inflicting another 1600 points of damage, clear out the board, and we have 3 pretty powerful monsters. They use Starter Deal to try to draw into something better, and they do end up bringing out a Dragius. This allows them to break 2 of our monsters, but we summon out a Accel Wonder Supra and boost full Meteor Impact. This means we are able to get in for 1800 damage, and they bring out Beetle, and that is not going to be enough. They take out our full Meteor Impact, but we have another one, and we can use Explosion Drive and then swing for game.